Hello, my name is Mark Willis and I'm the Kansas City Keto Cook. I started a journey over 3.5 months ago with Dr. Brad Dyer and Premier Integrative Health. Using a ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting, I've lost over 55 pounds. I've regulated both my blood sugars and my blood pressure without any medication. And I'm feeling healthier and more active than I have in years. This has been a transformative journey, so we decided to share some of the recipes that we use on this journey to make it a lifestyle, not simply a short-term diet that you do for a few months, lose some pounds, and then gain them all back and maybe even more in the months that follow. We wanted to use recipes of delicious food, food that we wanted to eat, food that we were excited about eating. And so we're going to share some of those recipes with you. Now, one of the big things with keto is that it encourages you to eat whole foods, not processed, not canned, not boxed, not frozen, not easy foods. One of the easiest things for me has always been to go through the drive-thru. Go through and grab food. I'm in a hurry. I don't have time to make a meal. I just got to get it done. So I zip through and I grab a hamburger and fries and a Coke and off I go. And we all know that's just not healthy. So we wanted to come up with meals that we could cook ahead of time, put in our refrigerator, and they'd be there. So when I'm in a hurry, when I don't have time to sit down and cook a whole meal, I can reach into the fridge and still get delicious food. One of the easiest things to do that with, to plan ahead and to prepare, one of the most versatile things to do that with is chicken. These are chicken breasts that we're going to cook today. And oftentimes what I'll do is I'll cook 6 or 8 of these. I'll put them in the refrigerator, and then all week long we can pull these out in a hurry and make a meal. I can slice this and put it on some of our keto rolls that we made in one of our earlier videos for a sandwich. I can chop them up and put them on a salad. I can add them to shredded cabbage and put a little oil and vinegar on there. There's just all kinds of stuff. You can just eat the breast as it is. Make a little aioli with that homemade mayonnaise we made in our very first video. All kinds of directions the chicken breast can go in. So this is a pretty versatile meat that we use at our household. And I'm going to show you today how to cook this in a delicious way, in a way that's versatile, so it goes in a lot of different directions. You don't just have to eat it one way when you make it. And something that you can use for in those moments when, man, I'm in a hurry, I just got to grab something out of the fridge. Hey, here's a healthy, whole food option I can grab that is within my keto diet. So we're going to start with our chicken breasts. Now I've got 2 of them here. The first thing we're going to put on them is a little coconut oil. Now you can use olive oil. I've used olive oil, avocado oil, things like that. For my preference on the chicken breast, I prefer the coconut oil. I think it brings a nice light flavor that I really enjoy. And you're just going to put a little on there. You're just trying to make it wet enough that it's going to hold the spices that we add to it. Okay? So after you've got it on there, we're going to get both sides coated here. All right. Now we're going to add our spices. We're going to start with a little salt. And I've said before, on a keto diet, don't be afraid of salt. Your body's going to need salt. Some people have things called like the keto flu where they don't feel good the first couple weeks they're on keto. A lot of that has to do with you're not getting enough sodium. When you cut all the processed food out of your diet, your sodium levels plummet. So the only salt you're getting is the salt that you're adding to your foods. So don't be afraid of salt. Next, we're going to add a little bit of pepper here. And don't be afraid of your seasonings. We want to add flavor to this. We don't want a bland old chicken breast. There is nothing sadder in the world than going to a restaurant and being served a dry, tasteless, rubbery chicken breast. And there's no sense in that. It is not hard to cook chicken. You can make delicious chicken breasts that you're going to want to eat. Now, I've also been we added some pepper. This is granulated garlic. This is onion powder. Now you don't have to add these here on the end. I recommend the salt and pepper no matter what you do. If you have other spices that you like, if you want to add a little cumin, a little thyme, something like that, go right ahead. This is the flavor that I found that my family likes best. We've got the garlic, we've got the onion powder, and the last thing I'm going to add is a little bit of smoked paprika. This is nice because it adds a little bit of color in there, a little bit of redness. Now once we get it seasoned on one side, we're going to flip it back over here. And we're going to do that again. Going to add our salt. Our pepper. Our garlic. And I'm a big fan of garlic. So I probably put more garlic on than most people would, but I like garlic. And lastly, or not lastly, we've got our onion powder. Almost forgot the paprika. And then we're going to add our paprika. And this is smoked paprika. You can use sweet paprika if you'd rather use that. And that's all it is. Taking the chicken breast, a little coconut oil, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and paprika. And we're going to take that and we're going to pop it in a 400-degree oven. Now you'll want to experiment with your oven. There's a couple factors to consider. I sometimes will buy my chicken breasts at a restaurant supply store, and those tend to be larger chicken breasts, anywhere from 12 to 16 ounces. When I'm cooking those in my oven at 400 degrees, it takes 35 minutes to cook them like this. These are a little bit smaller breasts that I bought for this demonstration, so these aren't going to need as long. In my oven, they're going to go for about 33 minutes. So we're going to put those in. The oven's already warmed up, 400 degrees. Hey Google, set a timer for 33 minutes.
33 minutes, and we're starting now.
And let me show you what we end up with here. I've got a couple that I cooked earlier. Forgot to grab my fork and knife. Here we go. These are a couple we cooked up earlier. And that's the coconut oil that's still down. Don't worry about that. When you go to put these in your fridge, put them in a container. But these are going to be, you're going to see, these were in for 33 minutes. I'm going to cut across the thickest part of the breast here and try to show you that. That is juicy and tender. Absolutely delicious. This is an easy meal. Takes about 10 minutes to prep the breast. Put them in the oven. Takes about 33 minutes to cook them. I'll do a whole cookie sheet full of 6 or 8 breasts. Get them out. I'll let them set on the counter. Now that is important. When it comes out of the oven, you want to let those breasts sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to let the juices redistribute in there. Don't cut them open before that, or you're going to let all that good, flavorful juice out. So let them rest. These have been resting the whole time I've been talking, so I knew they were ready. But this is a food that you can put in your refrigerator. You can have 6 or 8 of these in there, 4 or 5 of them, 3 or 4, however many you need for your week. And then you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Like I said, put them on a salad, make a sandwich, eat it with a little aioli and some of the, maybe the broccoli salad we made in a previous video. All kinds of directions this can go. It gives you variety. It's delicious. It's healthy. This is the kind of thing you should add to your keto journey that's going to make that journey a little bit easier. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Let me know in the comments below if you have, what you liked about it. Maybe if you tried different spices, what was in there and how it came out. I'd love to hear. I hope you'll give this video a try and good luck on your keto journey.